to Drumchapel St Andrew's virtual church. I hope you're well and I hope you're doing okay. It's really good to welcome you today and it's good to be connecting for our service today. It's good too to feel that we're beginning to move towards a place where maybe it won't be too long before we're able to be together again. But it's wonderful to have our church family connected in this way, and thank you for checking in for our virtual service. Our theme for today is What's the Story? Again, I've included the links for all the songs that we'll be using today. If you're watching on Facebook, then it's on the post below this one. It's got the links to all the songs and the video that we'll be looking at later on. And if you're watching on YouTube, if you go down to the comments section at the bottom of the video, and all the links are posted there for the songs. So I'd invite you, when it's time for the songs, just to pause me and to listen to the songs that we're doing. And so our first song for today is Count on Me. This would normally be the time in our service that we do our sharing time, where we just share what's going on in our lives. And so again, it's just a reminder that although we can't be together physically at the moment, that your church family are still part of the things that are going on in your life. So if you're celebrating something, if there's something good going on, then know that we're there with you. If things are hard, then know that your church family is there for you. But it is good to know that despite our separation at this point, we're still very much together as a church family. If it's your birthday around now, really happy birthday to you. We hope that you will have a good day, or have had a good day if it was last week. You will notice just in the background behind me a sign that says Happy 36 years at Drumchapel St Andrews. Love from your church family. And a thank you to Renee and Matilda, Neve and Iona, Padder and Hamish and Gillian and Stephen for putting that together for me. And this is actually to the day 36 years from when I came to the church. I did start when I was 12, but thank you so much for your thoughts for that. And that's just incredible to imagine it, 36 years. But thank you so much to Hey Family for doing that, and thank you to all of you just for being there and for all that we have shared and for all that you have shared through whatever part of that story that you have been part of. I so value your love, your support, your encouragement, and thank you for all that we have shared over whatever part of that time that you have shared on that journey. So thank you. I want my teeth to be the whitest they can be. So I had a look at the toothpaste section when I was shopping in Morrison's the other day. And I was looking for the best toothpaste I could get to do that. So deep, clean whitening. That must be the one. And then I looked a bit further. Max White. That has got to be the one. Max White. But then I looked a bit further on the shelves. Advanced White. Whiter teeth in 14 days. That is the one for me. But then I looked a bit further on the shelves. Max White, expert white. Whiter teeth in 5 days. That has got to be it this time. Max White Optic. Instantly whiter teeth. Do you know, you can't always tell from the outside what something is going to be like. I guess I will just have to try them and find out which of them works for me. Do you know, in your life journey, there is not just one thing that makes you the best you can be. Throughout the whole of our life journey, it's about finding out what works for you. Because life is about journey, and it's discovering on that journey the things that will make you a better version of who you are. Faith helps you to see what's best for you along that journey. It doesn't mean that sometimes you won't make mistakes, because that's part of that journey. But it does mean that you have a sense of who you are, of where you're going, and of who you want to be. And also, faith helps us to share some of the things that we've learned on our life journey. The things that have helped us just to find that bit extra. And as we share that with other people, it doesn't mean to say they will always find exactly the same thing, but it will help them to find out what works best for them. Let's do a prayer. God, thanks for the things we discover on our life journey that help us to become the best we can be. And thanks that we can share those things with the people around us. And hopefully, as we do, make a difference in their lives. Amen. And our next song is All You Need Is Love. I invite you to share our prayer. God, as I watch a waterfall, I can't imagine how much water must be flowing over. And yet nothing seems to change. The picture looks the same. Sometimes I have the same sense of life. Lots seems to happen, and yet nothing changes. And then I look closer and find that nothing is the same. Small, imperceptible changes subtly alter every frame. And there is always change, movement, direction. In this moment, I allow myself to experience the flow and power of life, but also its peace and its serenity. Constant change, constant familiarity. I find my security not in that nothing changes, but in myself. For a moment, I allow myself to feel peace. Away from all that's going on outside me, away from the struggles of my life, away from all the voices demanding my attention, away from the bleeps of messages and notifications, away from the constant stream of information. In this moment, just for a moment, I will just be. There are times in my life journey that I need to take time out to rest, to recharge my energy for what lies ahead, and for me, because sometimes it is just about my own well-being. In those moments, whether I know it or not, I touch you, God. I feel your energy, your power, your reassurance, your peace. I used to think resilience was coming through things well. I have learned that resilience is coming through things. A thought for all for whom journey is hard right now. Through health, circumstances, financial hardship, relationships, difficult decisions. A thought for all who are making a difference in their jobs, their families, their lives. A thought for our world, for the courage always to challenge injustice, oppression, discrimination, poverty. An appreciation of the people who make my life feel brighter and who shine a light for me on the path ahead. Amen. Our Bible reading is from the book of Matthew. It's chapter 28, from verse 16 through 20. The 11 disciples went to the hill in Galilee where Jesus had told them to go. When they saw him, they worshipped him, even though some of them doubted. Jesus drew near and said to them, "I've been given all authority in heaven and on earth. Go then to all people everywhere and make them my disciples. Baptize them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and teach them to obey everything I've commanded you. And I'll be with you always, to the end of the age." and a reading called The Truth Shop from the book The Song of the Bird by Anthony de Mello. I could hardly believe my eyes when I saw the name of the shop, The Truth Shop. The salesman was very polite. What type of truth did I want to purchase? Partial or whole? Well, the whole truth, of course. No deceptions for me. No defences, no rationalisations. I wanted the truth, plain and unadulterated. He waved me to the other side of the store. The salesman then pointed to the price tag. "The price is very high, sir," he said. "What is it?" I asked, determined to get the whole truth, no matter what the cost. "Your security, sir," he answered. I came away with a heavy heart. I still needed the safety of my unquestioned beliefs. And our song is "The Lord's My Shepherd," version by Stuart Townend. When Jesus goes, he leaves his friends with a journey and a promise that he'll always be there for them. Jesus knows the value of journey. Journey inevitably means you don't stand still. You can pause, rest, look back, but you have somewhere to go. Every day you can become a better version of who you were yesterday. John Shedd said, "A ship in harbour is safe, but that's not what ships are built for." Your security is in who you are, not in where you are. Circumstances, situations will always impact on you, but they don't ever define you. Faith helps you find the energy you need for that journey. Jesus sends out his friends with the invitation to the people they encounter on that journey to join them, to be part of that journey. The word disciple means someone who is learning, not someone who has got there. It's interesting with the internet age, knowledge is no longer a virtue. You can find anything at the click of a mouse. I'm not sure the church has caught up with that. For a long time, churches worked on the basis of imparting knowledge. I don't think that's ever been what faith has been about. But it's even more apparent now. Life is about journey. It's what you discover on that journey. It's about what works for you. Jesus always knew that. Faith, beliefs are always evolving, always taking you somewhere new. Every day since lockdown started, I've cycled along the canal path, well, except when it's raining. I do the same route pretty much every day, but I'm getting better at it. I use my gears better. The hills have become less steep. The other day, I overtook a couple of other bikes. To be fair, they were being cycled by very young children. And the hardest bit was trying to manoeuvre around their stabilisers. Sadly, my moment of glory was short-lived as I was overtaken by a guy on a skateboard going up a hill. How does that even happen? Journey is always about growing, always about learning. Faith isn't ever static. And that's why it's relevant for wherever you are and whatever part of your journey you are on. Faith is about moving from fixed mindset to growth mindset. I've been rewatching the TV series Vikings. There's an interesting parallel storyline to the main narrative with Athelstan, who is a Christian monk taken prisoner by the Vikings. At first, he sees no connections between his Christian faith and that of the Vikings. But as the story continues, he finds a deeper understanding of faith. And he begins to see how his beliefs are enhanced and not threatened by the beliefs of the Vikings. He discovers something far deeper and far wider that helps his faith to grow. Do you know how much money Coca-Cola spent on advertising in 2019? $4.24 billion. Who hasn't heard of Coca-Cola? What are they trying to do with $4.24 billion worth of advertising? I guess advertising is way more complicated than telling you something exists. It's the same with faith. It's about sharing a journey, an insight, a perspective that can make a difference in your life and in the lives of those around you. Today's story says that when the disciples saw Jesus, they believed in him, even though some of them doubted. I love that line, the doubting bit, because for me, that's where faith is. Not that you have everything worked out, not that you have all the answers. Faith is about being human. I'm going to ask you to pause me for a moment and to watch our video. And it is so worth watching. Don't you just love that dog? Faith isn't about how quick you can reach a destination. It's about what you learn along the way. It's about your encounters and your experiences, about your relationships, about your challenges and your adventures. That's where you discover who you truly are. That's where you find the resources for your life and for your journey. That's where you become a better version of who you were yesterday. You don't have to reach a level of faith before you share with others. Doubts are more than okay. They're an essential part of faith. It's in the doubts that you start discovering where to go next. I got a Facebook notification last week. The event, We Are Still Here, has been cancelled. When you strip everything back, what is still here? George Day said, inclusion is not bringing people into what already exists. It is making a new space, a better space for everyone. Let's do a prayer. God, I take a moment to reflect on my life as a journey I share with others. Along the way, I'll share my faith, my insights, and my perspectives with others. I will learn from their faith, their insights, and their perspectives. And I will discover new beliefs and new paths. I recognize that my doubts, as much as my beliefs, lead me to where I need to be. And I am ready to leave the harbour and to discover where my journey will take me. Amen. I'd invite you to share just for a moment for reflection. And the bit of music that we're going to listen to today is Love, Peace and Wisdom. Our next song, if we were doing it in church, would be a new song, and even doing it virtually, it's a new song. It's called Give Me Your Eyes, and it's sort of like a prayer in a song. Thanks so much for checking in today. Again, it is fabulous to connect with you, and that just feels very special for me. I hope you have a good weekend, and I hope that the week ahead will be a really good one for you. Take care. Our closing song is I, the Lord of Sea and Sky. And again, I've also linked our closing prayer that we use in church. May God's blessing surround you today. Take care.